Our viewers, welcome back to the channel. By the video title, you know what this video is about. We got Ring of Honor Final Battle review. Very good show. Very good Ring of Honor show, of course, as well. You know, Final Battle here. You know, you see some crazy matches. Of course, one of the main matches being Persephone versus Athena in the main event. And that was a crazy match right there, hard-hitting match. I didn't think Persephone was going to win the championship. And she didn't win the championship either. I thought maybe they might have opportunity later down the line. I feel like the best way for Athena to lose it, what if she, you know, gets to a point where she pit her title for title against another world type champion like that as well. Maybe AEW Women's World Champion. She fought Toni Storm before the pay-per-view. She fell short to that, but maybe she put the title on the line like that. It might be different, higher stakes. She performed better. Maybe Simone Women's World Champion. I believe Mercedes still had that right. Mercedes still had that title, I think. And then maybe bring it to Japan, like that IWGP Women's World Championship or something like that. I feel like it's gonna come to a time where she kind of like has to like let me turn this off. Yeah, we're gonna watch Collision tomorrow. Yeah, they say like 30,000 times, but it's like I feel like she'll put a title on the line eventually. You know, of course, to get, you know, put title versus title, champion versus champion, high stakes or something like that. Maybe that'd be the way it happens. Maybe Billy Starks be the person to build up to it. Maybe they go that approach. You know, champion versus champion, or young approach Billy Starks. You know, her minion finally comes to her senses and take her out. I don't know. Like that, but right now it's been very good reign. Like they had a lot of great matches, a lot of classic matches, of course. You know, she's been champion for almost 1,100 days like that as well. So hey, big time matches, of course, as well. But my match of the night, that was a good match too, right there. That right there was close, second to me. But Nigel McGuinness, of course, versus Lee Moriarty. You know, they fought before, of course, like that. They actually had basically three encounters really, because they had the four-way match, of course, the technical spectacle. They had, of course, the winner goes on to fight Zack Sabre Jr. for the IWGP World Championship at Forbidden Door, and Nigel McGuinness, you know, he tapped out Lee to get to that opportunity right there. So he said like they 1-1 in his head. He said, even though it was a four-way match, we still 1-1 because I'm the one that I submitted you, and you beat me last time. This time they had a battle between each other. It was good. The high stakes, of course. At the end, we've seen Nigel McGuinness compete against, you know, a lot of different individuals. Of course, Brian Danielson being his most notable opponent. They fought like what, 12 or 13 times, and then watching them, like they're like 2008. You know, you little kid, you see some of that stuff. Of course, I used to think when I was younger too. You know, this was before, you know, you know everything. When I was younger, I was like maybe like 9 or 10, and you watching of course wrestling outside of WWE. You're like, oh, this is different. This is a different type of WWE, or like that. But then eventually you realize, like, no, this is Ring of Honor. I remember our teacher used to have the Ring of Honor. He was a real wrestler. He was a true wrestling fan, big time wrestling fan. He had the Ring of Honor like CDs and stuff like that, the disc and stuff. And he was showing us different matches like that. That wasn't WWE like that. He had WWE as well like that, but he was showing us those matches. That's how I kind of got familiar with Brian Danielson and Nigel McGuinness, of course, as well. You see some of these guys like Christopher Daniels and stuff. You're like, oh, these guys are very good like that. We thought it was WWE, but it wasn't WWE. It was Ring of Honor like that. And you know that right there exposed me to a different style of wrestling like early on, which was very good like that. Too as well, because you know now you know have a lot more variety of wrestling to watch, of course, as well. But yeah, right there was a good match, classic match, of course, between the two. Nigel McGuinness is almost 50 years old. You know, we know what happened to Nigel McGuinness' career. He never got the career he fully wanted. But now I'm actually glad he's able to come back to do what he want to do. You know, remember he had I think he had hepatitis, right? He had hepatitis, of course, and you know he was sick and stuff as well. Had to retire early and stuff as well. Came back as a commentator. But I was actually glad that he was able, like the past previous years, been able to get back in the ring, get able to go out there and have matches, those matches that he wanted to have. Of course, showcase his talent, showcase people that he still can do it at a good level as well. And Lee, of course, is a very good competitor. Of course, I think he do some graphic design stuff as well. Seeing some of his stuff, he was like doing he had like an art gallery thing he did before as well, like that, doing outside the ring and in the ring, of course, as well. He like an artist in the ring as well, so kind of perfect as well because he's very crafty. You know, hard hitting as well. The striking he has as well, technical ability as well, of course. And he's gonna be nice. He's gonna be nice for a long time to come. So he's still the pure champion. He defeated Lee in that match. That was a good match, of course, between the two. I gotta watch that again. I like that style of match. I like the style of wrestling, of course. Pure championship is always cool because it gives you a different feel like that. You know, you get a certain amount of rope breaks. You get, you know, this time they did an Iron Man match version of it like that. So it's 30 minutes, of course, and then also you get certain things you can do and you can't do and stuff. It make it feel like a more sport-like vibe and stuff when you're watching that type of style, which is very cool. I hope to one day, when I one day do eventually get in the ring, I hope to, you know, have a match like that. That'd be cool. Like they have a pure championship match or something like that. But I don't think I'm as flexible as those guys. I'm about 6'3", 230, 240-ish. So I can move fast, but I don't know if I'm flexible with doing all they doing to get out of submissions and stuff like Zack Sabre Jr. So I might have to switch it up a little bit. But we did see, of course, Red Velvet. Red Velvet defeated Mercedes Moné. That was another big moment that happened tonight. That was we kind of sensed it coming, but I was like, at one point I was like, I don't know, maybe Mercedes retain this and they might keep this going a longer feud. But Mercedes Moné lost the championship to Red Velvet like that, and she went going crazy too. They showed a scene of her backstage. Layla Gray was trying to talk to her. She was like, "Get the F out my face," like that, and you know. I'm very angry. Now she got to fight Layla Gray tomorrow for TBS title. Now, I don't think she's going to lose the TBS championship, of course, to Layla Gray, but you never know. Now, that's something good right there, too, as well, because when she had lost she lost the title right here, you're like, oh, she lost the title right here, and you start seeing things. Now, every match become like even more must-see. You know, there's already Mercedes Moné. She's one of the most popular wrestlers in the world, one of the best wrestlers of this generation, like that, of course, as well. So, people already see it, but now it'll be even more must-see, of course, as well, because you'll be like, is she gonna lose the championship this time like that? Is she gonna get defeated? Because it's a head at the game a little bit. So now it's gonna be a good storyline going on for a while, and we're gonna see what happens. Because she got to defend her championship titles at Revolution Pro in a little bit too as well. I think I don't know if it's next week or 2 weeks from now or something like that. But she had to defend her championship there as well. So I don't know. I think the downhill spiral might go down. Because remember the 2 times she lost ever, the 2 times she lost ever in AEW was for the World Championship. She lost to Toni Storm to win the World Championship. And she lost to Chris Statlander to win a world championship as well. So she didn't win those world title matches. She never became world champion. She got all these titles, but she still haven't won the big one yet. And now she just lost another match. She was overlooking her opponent, saying, Red Velvet, I already beat her before. I beat her in AEW. I beat her already in my hometown. It's going to be easy again, looking over her opponent. And Red Velvet came out there and showed her something different and went out there and handled business. Red Velvet always been good. You know, we've seen her when AEW Dark. She's been here for a while. AEW Dark and all that stuff. And Ring of Honor, she kind of built her own brand up as well like that. And go out there put on classic matches. Her and Serena Deeb used to have some good matches as well like that. She's going to put on classic matches. So her Mercedes Moné just fit right in perfectly like that too. And she defeated her as well. So that's going to be interesting to see what happens with that. But we also seen, of course, as well, the first ever women's pure champion get crowned. Deonna Purrazzo on the Virtuosa. Winning on the Ring of Honor Pure Women's Championship, of course. Went out there and handled business against Billie Starkz. Got the victory, of course, against her. And Kuyamanada got injured, so she wasn't able to compete against her to get to that final spot. But it actually might be a blessing in disguise. I hope Kuyamanada comes back healthy, of course, as well. I don't know what type of injury she has. I don't know if she'll be back. I don't know if it's a concussion or if she has some type of like neck sprain or something. She had a neck brace on, but I don't know if that's just for show or she has some type of injury around her neck. But hopefully she come back. That'd be a good feud right there. It's already a good feud like that. The styles will match well, you know. Kuyamanada, technical, hard-hitting, striking style versus Virtuosa, you know, like that. Technical, smooth, like that type power style a little bit. So it'll be a cool way to kind of build that up too as well when she does get healthy to go back. Because you beat Billie Starkz, yeah, but you never beat me to get to Billie Starkz. So I deserve a championship opportunity. So that's already a storyline right there, of course. So that's gonna be cool as well. We've seen Ricochet, of course, defend against Dalton Castle. I almost forgot Dalton Castle. I watch Ring of Honor every week. I see this stuff here and there. I watch it here and there like that, but I don't watch it every week. I might watch it like 2 weeks straight, then I might miss it 2 weeks straight, then come back to it. But I try to keep up with some of the stuff, of course. Dalton Castle versus Ricochet for the national championship. Ricochet defended it. They say gonna defend the title everywhere. Kind of like the international championship, because if you guys are AEW fans from the beginning, you know, international championship, when Pac had it, he was defending it. Remember they had on AEW YouTube, they were having the stream and stuff as well. I remember watching that stuff. That was like back in, I think like around before like the COVID stuff, before COVID happened, I think. And he was defending the championship title everywhere. He was like all around different places. He was in Japan, he was in different countries defending title and stuff as well. And they stopped doing it after a while like that too. So they brought the national championship back to do that as well, which is very cool. But then you have the international championship back too as well, Okada holding. And Okada was attempted to put it in the Continental Classic. I don't know if we're gonna eventually do that and then bring the unified title back completely for good. I still feel like when they merged the titles, Okada should have threw away the national championship. The disrespect, like Kenny a little bit, like I beat him, I don't want this title, and then revealed the Continental champ. The one we're seeing as a unified title should have been the Continental title, like this is the new championship to represent both of these titles like that. And they pull that out, and then don't ever talk about the international championship again like that. And that one just be called the Continental Championship or Continental World Championship or something like that. That'd be the title right there, and you defend it every year, of course, in tournament, and you'd be good. But I think maybe Tony have a different idea. I don't know. He got a plan somewhere like that, but we'll see how things go. But yeah, that's basically most of the stuff that happened, of course. We see Zeta Steel, you know, the young star Zeta Steel, did debut as well. I don't know who was running the production truck, but you don't get fired, but you're gonna get talking to. You're like, you messed some stuff up. But her interest is still cool though. Interest is still cool, of course, as well. And I know she said you could her inspiration was Mercedes Moné. You can definitely see it. You can definitely see Mercedes Moné in her like that too. Like going out there with the confidence, the swag a little bit as well. And I think it's gonna work out well too there. So having her there is pretty cool too. And what else happened? I think that's most of the things that happened. I didn't watch the pre-show, so I don't know if anything crazy happened on the pre-show. Oh, Chantel Promotions did retain their championship titles as well. And I think Sammy Guevara and Beast Mortals did win the tag team title. I almost forgot about that. Won the tag team titles as well. And of course, no, Bandito retained his world championship in that Survivor of the Fittest match. That was good as well too. You know, Bandito, we had no doubt that he was gonna lose like that. I don't know if anybody will ever beat him for the world championship. Him and Athena both gonna be dominating for a long time like that. So I don't know who's gonna defeat them for those titles, but it's gonna be interesting to see how this kind of keeps going and stuff as well. But the only news that happened after that was really, I know some people talking about I don't really do like I only do the wrestling show review. I don't really do the other stuff. People talking about viewership numbers and attendance. I don't do all that stuff. I just watch the show. I don't be looking like, oh, how many people in the crowd? I don't do all that. How many people in the crowd? How many people bought the pay-per-view? I don't be looking at all that stuff. And I know some people talking about the Warner Bros. And Discovery getting bought by Netflix now for DC Comics. And you see I got a Batman shirt on right now. Batman shirt on right now. You see the Batman picture right there. The Joker poster right here too as well, the classic one. The Joker poster right there as well. Please don't mess this up. Please don't mess that up. Please. Please, please, please. I know some people talking about wrestling, like, how don't fit wrestling? They don't fit wrestling at all because it's not even within the deal like that. And they probably keep the same contract as well like that. If you bringing eyes to the content, they don't care who it is. They don't think Netflix care about, oh, we WWE, we're AEW. They don't care. You're making me money. That's the only thing I care about. But the main thing is this. Do not start doing that stuff where you take the theater releases away like that. It's fun going to movie theaters still. I go to movie theaters a lot. I try to leave every horror movie that come out, I gotta see it. Like that. That's my favorite genre. I see every horror movie. And comic book movies, I see all those too as well. Anime movies, try to see those as well too. Oh yeah, we did see Athena. She had the Mr. Giyu had the Mr. Giyu gear on, of course, as well. That was cool. She said she carrying the whole division. She said her back hurting. His back was hurting. The movie was fighting. What's that demon name? Akaza, right? When he was fighting that demon like that, they was fighting like that. You know, got thrown. They was fighting hard. I think that was a good movie. But please don't mess the theater releases up. Theater releases are the most important thing. It's a very fun thing, of course, as well. I know this guy didn't do wrestling, but please don't mess the theater releases up. Please, Warner Bros. Please, Warner Bros. Make sure. I know you have no say in what Netflix do, but please beg them, be like, hey guys, theater release is gonna first of all gonna bring you money. Look at the year Warner Bros. Had Conjuring, The Last Rite. Look at Sinners. Look at Superman. Look at Minecraft. Look at all the big time movies they had this year. Made a lot of money like that. It's gonna bring you a lot of money, of course, like that. And the feel is just different like that. So hopefully Netflix don't mess that up. But we'll discuss that more on New Genesis in a video or topic, maybe in the zone topic, of course. So be on the lookout for that. But that's all I have for today's video. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, like, subscribe for more content. And I'll see you guys next time on the channel. Peace out.